face covering policy of Allegiant Airlines.
Federal law requires every person to wear a face covering that covers a nose and mouth at all times while traveling. Face coverings must be made of a solid material, fully cover the mouth and nose, fit snugly against the face, and be secured under the chin. Prohibited coverings include those with exhalation valves, holes, neck gaiters, and bandanas. Face shields may be worn in addition to a face covering, but not as an alternative. Frequently asked questions of travelers of Allegiant Airlines.
Are Allegiant employees required to wear face coverings?
Yes, federal law requires every person to wear a face covering at all times. However, the law states face coverings can be briefly removed when communicating with a person who is deaf or hard of hearing, or when the ability to see the mouth is essential for communication.
Can I remove my face covering to eat, drink, or take oral medication?
Yes, you may briefly remove your face covering to eat, drink, or take oral medication, but prolonged removal is not permitted. Face coverings must be worn between bites and sips.
Can I wear a bandana?
No, face coverings must be secured under the chin.
Can I wear a neck gaiter?
No, neck gaiters are prohibited.
Does Allegiant provide face coverings?
You can use your own face covering, but we also provide complimentary health and safety kits to every customer that contain a single-use face mask and 2 sanitizing wipes. Please be advised that federal regulations require face masks to enter the airport.
What if I choose not to wear a face covering?
Refusal to wear a face covering is a violation of federal law and can result in denial of boarding, removal from the aircraft, and additional penalties.
What should I do if I have a disability that prevents me from removing a face covering without assistance?
Those with limited mobility who are unable to remove a face covering without assistance are exempt from the requirement. To request face mask exemptions, please email our disabilities team at aki@allegiantair.com at least 10 days prior to the departure of the first flight on your itinerary. Please note, if your exemption is approved, a negative COVID test will be required within 3 days of each flight segment. Details for submission of negative tests will be provided upon exemption approval.
What should I do if I have a medical condition that prevents me from wearing a face covering?
To request face mask exemptions, please email our disabilities team at aki@allegiantair.com at least 10 days prior to the departure of the first flight on your itinerary. Please note, if your exemption is approved, a negative COVID test will be required within 3 days of each flight segment. Details for submission of negative tests will be provided upon exemption approval. Please follow all the safety measures issued by Health Department to prevent you and your fellow traveler from this pandemic situation. We Cheap Flights want all our people should have the updated news and deals of all the airlines in US. Call us now. +1 $8,559,360,307.